Hey guys, Ash from Off Grid Mojo here, and this is my latest video, just a quick one. I'm out on a bit of a trike journey at the moment, and I'm about to show you my setup. This is the bike I've been training on leading up to having my electric pedelec quadricycle with camping module, semi-trailer camping module on the back of it, which I'll be living in full time. And I'm just down here at the moment at Lock, which is in South Gippsland, I believe. And I just left Nyora and I rode here, and I've just stopped to pull over at a park, go to the toilet, have a drink and have a bit of a rest, and then I'll head off to Koonwarra for some lunch, and then from Koonwarra to Leongatha, and then from Leongatha I get onto the Great Southern Rail Trail, and I go from there to Fish Creek, and I stay in Fish Creek the night, and the next day I go and visit my mate Terry in Yanakie. So without any further ado, I'll show you around here where I am, and I'll show you my setup. It's basically a kid's trailer with camping stuff in it. Check it out. This is a Magnum Green Speed with mudguards, panniers, and a very nice comfortable seat. I am having a roll-off speed hub put in because I've come undone a few times going up hills and changing gears with a heavy trailer on the back. The chain basically gets stuck and unravels and then gets all tied up in knots, so I'm not a fan of that. So I'm getting rid of the derailleur system, going straight in for a roll-off. Good thing about the roll-off is you can static change gears, so even when you're stopped you can just change the gears and keep going. There's no needing of the wheels to turn for the gears to change successfully like on a derailleur. So this trailer here is basically a two-wheeled little number. It's a kid's trailer actually, but it does actually double as a equipment trailer as well. So in there I've got my tent, sleeping bag, air mattress, food, clothes, bit of water, all my electricals, bits and pieces. So that's basically it. And this whole vehicle that you see here is just a training vehicle which I've bought, which will also become a spare for if anyone ever wants to come away with me, they can bring this. I'll set it up to their tallness and the stroke in their legs. Might have to take a few links off the chain because I'm 6'3", and bring God, I've forgotten the name of it. Anyway, that thing at the end. I'll remember it soon, don't worry. Anyway, this is a beautiful spot where I am. This is the Lock, old Lock train station. There it is there. And they're actually turning that railway system, the old railway there, into an extension of the Great Southern Rail Trail, which will end up, the extension will go from Nyora to Leongatha, and then which will add another 30 plus kilometres to the already almost 70 kilometres rail trail from Leongatha to Port Welshpool. This is a beautiful little spot just up there through the clearing up there. On top of that bridge is the main road, South Gippy Highway. And just behind that bridge there also is the shops of Lock. So that's it guys. I've had to do this on my iPad because I went to use my DJI Mavic filming stuff, and it needed to do some firmware updates, and it's taken ages, so that's why that is like that. But this Magnum Green Speed, I think it's an XL. I brought it off Bennett Tri-Sled in Morwell. It's a great bike for bigger people. It's got the square, oh God, what's the crucifix? No, that's, I can't even bloody remember the name of it. How's that? I ride the bloody thing and I've forgotten the name. Anyway, it's a bloody good system. Very comfortable. It doesn't have suspension, but it is bloody great. Anyway guys, I'll end it there and I'll catch you later in another spot. Ciao for now. Hey guys, here I am at Leongatha at the start of the Great Southern Rail Trail. I left Nyora this morning sometime after 10 AM and I got into Lock, had a bit of a 10-15 minute rest there. Then I went from Lock up through Koonwarra, stopped there for lunch, and then here to Leongatha, which now is about 10 minutes to 3 on Sunday, sometime in March 2021. Anyway, it's bloody hilly, like all the way from pretty much. And with the trailer and the weight of the trailer and everything, I just wasn't ready for it. So anyway, I'm going to still try and make it to Fish Creek, which I'll show you on this map in a minute. It's still a fair way. And some of the rises through the mountain ranges and that are pretty steep. And I just don't know if I've got the pepper left in the old body to do that. Anyway, I'll spin this sucker around and show you the sign. Okay, here's the sign, Great Southern Rail Trail. Bike, walk or horse. It's a bit of a thing there that tells you the distances in between each place. And here's a bit of a map with the gradients on it. I don't know how well you can see that, but so we're at the moment, we're here over on the left, Leongatha. And if I want to, I've got to go through Koonwarra, Meeniyan, and then get to Fish Creek. And as you can see, some of the gradients are pretty big, but tomorrow, even bigger. The ones around between Fish Creek and Foster are pretty gnarly. Then Tura, yeah, should be good. All right, guys, chat to you later. Ciao. All right, guys, here we are at Meeniyan, or here I am at Meeniyan. This is the camping reserve. It's meant to be like $10 a night. They've got an honesty box. I'm happy to do that. There's the back road there. Tennis courts. It's actually quite a big place. They've got ovals and it's a sporting ground or whatever. Still quite a few people here. A few people at the back there, but I like my privacy. So I've snuck in over here. I've just got a little one-man tent. A really good one, quite expensive, but I'm not too shy on spending a good bit of money on quality. And so here I am on setup. I got here probably an hour and a half ago. I'm puffing and panting a bit because I've been stuffing around with the tent. And now I'm just having a few lazy bourbon and cokes. Cook some dinner soon and head down to the shower block if they've got one. I have to have a look because I need a shower because I absolutely stink. See the Meeniyan sign through there. There's storage sheds behind the sign. I'll give you a bit of a tour tomorrow. I have to apologise for, I'm using my iPad because my other gear needed to be updated, the firmware. And unfortunately on a mobile, when you're using your mobile as a hotspot, it takes bloody hours. So anyway, there'll be a bit sort of bitsy here and there, a bit of iPad, and then tomorrow hopefully I've done the firmware and I can do the proper videoing. So we'll touch base then. So didn't quite make Fish Creek because I'm absolutely knackered and I needed to rest. I am not used to a fully laden trailer. It had a tent, a sleeping bag, food, clothes, etc., water, the whole kit. And I'm not used to going up hills with that, so it absolutely knackered me. All the training I've been doing was with an empty trailer, pretty much on flat ground. So it was a big learning curve for me. I should have remembered from years ago when I was mountain biking around the place with a cargo trailer on the back, just how difficult it was. But anyway, we'll call it there and see you in the morning. Alright guys, just had an awesome breakfast at the Meeniyan kitchen. And I'm just going to give you a bit of a cruise around Meeniyan now, before I head out. Let you see what's going on. There's a pharmacy there. Morning. And some other shops. There's some sort of home shop there. I know I'm going a bit fast, guys, but I really got to get going, so it's just a little bit of a cruise through. There's a few sort of like homeware shops here and that, and then there's an engineering shop, and here's a mowing Meeniyan service centre up there. Here is a artist's thing called Outer Space. There's the times for it there. And there's the sign. Outer Space. It's quite nice. They've got some pretty cool stuff in there. They're not open, so I can't actually show you. And there's the servo over there, which sort of brings us to the end of this side. There's a little bit of a gazebo thing over there, a little bit of a park, barbecue area, a little bit of a bridge over there. It's quite nice. Anyway, I'll get over to the other side and head back around if I can. Whoop. Alright, let's see. Got to try and get across this road here without getting killed. And I'll show you the other side of the shops. Go, just sneak over real quick. There's a bus stop just there. There we go. Come up on this thing. We're coming up to the pub up there. It's called the Meeniyan Hotel. I've eaten in there before. I think the food was alright. Pretty sure it was. They've got an outdoor eating area just in there. Looks like they had a drive-through once. A long time ago. That's it there. Meeniyan Hotel. Let's get a zoom in on that if we can. Oop. Have to forgive me guys, I'm only just learning about my gimbal, DJI gimbal. Alright guys, let's continue. Alright, we'll go past the pub. Coming up to a cafe or something, bakery called Bread and Pickles. Oop. Bread and Pickles. Let's have a look. Bread and Pickles. Looks like gourmet takeaway and catering. Bread and Pickles. Yep. Roger. Now this is called. There's a hairdressing studio in there, I think. No, yoga. Yoga. Here's a little haberdashery store. Some nice things in there. Here's the community centre. There's something for free. Looks like a bread maker. Yep, bread maker. A bit too bulky for me to carry. Here's the post office. All the little post office box holes. Here's a bit of a view across the street of where I just was. Give you a look at that and I'll zoom in. Oh. Zoom in a bit there. There's Meeniyan store over there where I just was. Beautiful food. Beautiful food. There it is. Lovely. Alright. There's the IGA where I just brought some trail food, couple of chocolate bars, those sort of things. Alright, now we'll get back on the road. What's this here? It says Meeniyan something. I'm not sure. Let's go up and have a closer look. I mean, I've been to Meeniyan gazillions of times, but I've never really had a great look around. I don't know if that's the town hall or what that is, or the council offices. Anyway, let's keep going. Oop, hang on. There's a toilet block up in there. Coming up to Trully's restaurant. This is nice food in here. It's really sort of modern decor and that. I'll try and give you a good look. If I can, they're not open, so I can't take you in there. But, zoom in if you can. That's the sign. Trolleys. It's a pizzeria, gelateria and pizzeria, and very nice. There it is. Oh, sorry about the dicky bloody gimbaling. Anyway, it's It's a beautiful place. And yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Here's a shop called the South Gippsland Saddlery and Clothing. There it is there. Boom. Closed. It's Monday today. Public holiday. A lot of places are closed. Over here we have Moo's Restaurant, which is another nice place. I've eaten, I think, lunch there before. It's quite nice. We've met the guy who owns it, Marty or Martin. Lovely guy. Beautiful inside. I'll just try and give you a bit of a look inside without coming across like too much of a weirdo. Anyway, there it is. See, lovely little floating ball lights. Marvellous. Actually, you can't really see in there. It's the reflection. Not to worry. I will come back another time. Alrighty, now we're going to go down here and get back on the bike track. Change hands with this. Here we go. Here we go, boys and girls. There's a couple of other things over there. Art gallery and take-home meals shop, which is kind of like a deli. And yes, it's lovely. The campsite that I stayed at last night is, it's got an honesty box at $10, and I didn't have a tenner, I only had a 20. So I paid for the night that I stayed and went in advance. So on the way back I'll be staying here again. So I'm covered. Alright, so we're coming down to the storage sheds down here and the continuation of the rail trail. So I was looking at getting a storage shed there, but they didn't have any at the particular time, so anyway, here we go. We're back at the start of the rail trail. Alright guys, this looks pretty nice through here, so I'll keep the video going for a little bit. And but before I do that, I'm going to stop and have a smoke, or a vape, whatever, you know, whatever's going. I've got both actually, but trying not to smoke, they're so expensive, but occasionally I like to treat myself. Anyway, this is looking bloody lovely, so I'm going to take some shots of this going through. I missed a lot of stuff coming through Koonwarra, which is just beautiful. There's this little fairy village there. Oh wow, I don't know if you can see them. I'm going to try and zoom in. A couple of little wrens, female wrens down here. Where are they? There they are. Wow, wouldn't it be awesome if we were able to see the little blue bonnet wren, if that's the colour that he is. Anyway, they're gone. Love wrens, especially the blue bonnet ones. Amazing. Forgot what I was saying. It's an enchanted moment. Yeah, so on the way back, oh, here they are. Oh, it is a, oh, he's not a blue bonnet, but he's got a splash of blue on his tail. Anyway, they're a bit far away, even with the zoom. Anyway, yeah, so on the way back I'll get some footage of the fairy village around Koonwarra, and there's some bridges before and after there that are quite nice as well. Pardon me, that I'll take some footage of those as well. I couldn't do it yesterday because I had to update my firmware on my gimbal, my DJI Mavic gimbal. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off and I'll back on in a sec. Alright guys, just about to start now. It's about 8:25 on Monday morning. The goal today is to reach me mates Terry's in Yanakie. So let's... Why is it so hard to pedal away? What's going on? It's in too high a gear. Alright, it's quite nice through here. Oh yeah, very pretty. Very tranquil. 30 to 60 seconds of this, and then sign off to get to another nice spot. There's quite a protected little tree-lined little path. This one, quite nice. Yes. All right, stop it there, I think. All right, here we go. Pedaling away. So yeah, Fish Creek's a very small town. It's got the hotel, it's got a petrol station / general store sort of a thing, and it has some other shops around the corner, a little park in the middle with a toilet block. I'm going to check that out first. Hopefully they've got a shower in there. They probably don't, but you never know. Showers are showers. There's all different kinds. There's some showers that are only cold water. They're fun on a winter's day. And then there are showers like at Tarwin that have hot water, which are really great. The shower block at Tarwin's awesome because it's actually got the old coin sign on there, 10 cents for a hot shower. Even though the coin slot's been covered over, but it just gives an idea of how things used to be. Alright, so up over there, I don't know if you can see it, I'll try and zoom in, but that there is the Fish Creek Hotel. I don't know if you can see the sign. Let me try and get up there. Yeah, that's it there, through the gap. Anyway, let's come back out of there, back to normal view, and let's go. So, bit of an old building over there. They've turned some of these places into like art galleries and stuff. Little cafes. So I think there's a little cafe here called the Goat Cafe. Haven't been in there yet. Might check that out later. I'm sure it's open, being a public holiday on a Monday. Whew, quite a stench coming from somewhere, like a septic stench. I don't know about that. Anyway, here we go. Coming up to the thing. Right. There we go. There's the park. There's the Fish Creek Hotel over there. There's the, it's a roadhouse, Fish Creek Roadhouse it's called. Alright, let's go check out this toilet block. We'll come back. Oh, I had the brake on the whole time. That was clever. Unbelievable. Couldn't believe it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there we go. Well, I wonder how long that brake's been on like that. Amazing. Can't be good for the brakes. Howdy. How are ya? It's good. Now the toilets are just back there, so we'll go up the end here and do a Yui. And I'll probably have to turn this off because, not probably have to, I'll have to. No one wants to be filming inside a toilet block. That looks a little bit weird. Okay. Alright, turn it on. Okay guys, here we are at a little rest stop between Fish Creek and Foster, about 5 k's out of Fish Creek on the way to Foster. There's this little seat here with this beautiful little view. I'll zoom in so you can get a better look. It's really quite nice, considering it is a bit drizzly, so I haven't been taking a whole lot of video because of the rain. But that is a beautiful place to come and have a rest. at, which is exactly what I'm doing, and loving every minute of it. It's basically farmland. I'm assuming this is someone's dam, or I don't know, maybe it's too big for a dam, maybe it's considered to be some kind of a lake. But anyway, I reckon on a hot day that'd be pretty cool to jump in there. Anyway, I'm absolutely knackered. I ended up not staying at Fish Creek because they don't have showers there and there's no caravan park. Meeniyan also didn't have showers at the camping reserve, so I'm headed off to Foster. Now I'll turn this camera around if I can work it out. Where is it? It's going to let me do it. Yes. Yeah. Now, just look at me for a second. No, it's not going to do it. No. No, no, no. Okay. Stop it. I'll work it out later. And so, yes, so the caravan park at Foster, I think it's about $30 a night camping for an unpowered site, and they have a shower, and it's just down the road from the shops as well. I worked out that I brought some dehydrated meals because it was my first time with a fully laden trailer. I wanted to try and keep it as light as possible, but with the expense of dehydrated meals, and like that's $14 or $15, $16 each or something. You know, every town that you come into has a shop that has food of some sort, which works out to be either cheaper or no more expensive than what you'd pay for a dehydrated meal anyway. So that is what I'll be doing in the future. I'll just take snacks for when I get hungry in between meals, but you know, from town to town, especially on the Great Southern Rail Trail, there's just heaps of towns along the way where they sell food, so you're mad not to just do that and not bring any food at all and save the weight. Cool. I'll talk to you when we get to Foster, unless there's some other majestic thing that we can have a look at. Hey guys, Ash here from Off-Grid Mojo. I've left Foster Caravan Park this morning at I think it was 6:20, and then I got to a grassy area on Rings Road and I set up, had a coffee. That was at about 6:40 or something. I was there, yeah, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I'm at this beautiful lookout spot between Foster and Fish Creek. I missed it when I was here the other day, when I rode past here the other day, because it's on a bit of a hill coming down and I was going really fast and I didn't want to stop, so I knew I was coming back here, and that's where I am now. So I'm going to flip the camera around and give you a look. Unfortunately, it's a pretty cloudy day, but you get still a really fair good look at the Prom background. So I'll try and spin that around now for you. It's not going to work while I'm taping. I have to turn it off and do it. Okay, here we are. We're at the thing, and I'll try and zoom in. As I said, it's pretty cloudy, so we may not get the best shot. Yeah, and the light at the moment isn't that great, but it gives you an idea roughly where I am. In the backdrop there. Over here we have some cows. They were right up at the fence line a second ago. I find cows to be the funniest creatures. When you're riding past, they've never seen a man on a trike before, and they just cannot seem to work out what the hell it is. They're just really curious and scared. Very curious and scared. There's me. Hang on, this bloody gimbal, I just cannot get it right. There we go, there's me trike over there. Our trusty Magnum, green speed Magnum. Now let's turn this around. Oh, come on, take it forever. Come back out. That's better. Okay, zoom in again. Pity it's not a better day. we would be able to see that a lot better. Anyway, I'll stick around for a few more minutes and see if the light gets a bit better to light up that Wilson's Prom backdrop a bit better. Alright guys, we're coming up to a beautiful looking little bridge, so we're going to ride up to that, take a bit of footage. Well, it's a concrete bridge with a bit of graffiti on it. Anyway, it's just showing you. Yeah, it's a beautiful spot, beautiful ride this morning. I left in pitch black, and lights come out in the last half an hour. It's just beautiful little ride. Highly recommend doing this to anyone. Just take a little bit more footage. I think there's a really nice bridge coming up soon. I went across it yesterday, but I was, warp factor 5 because there's this massive hill that leads down to that bridge, and I just flew, absolutely flew across it. And I thought, oh, I'm having too much fun coming down here, I don't want to stop. I'll get it on the way back, which is what I'm doing. Alright guys, I'll stop it there. Alright guys, we're just here at a stop somewhere between Foster and Meeniyan. We're getting closer to Meeniyan now. A few kilometres back there, the sign said 9 kilometres to Meeniyan. I think we've come about 3 or 4. I found a mate. I found a friend on the road. His name's Pete. He's over here. And do you mind being video, Pete? Sweet as, mate. And I'll zoom in for you. There's Pete over there. We're having a bit of a rest at the moment. And under the shade of it's not a coolabah tree, it's a man-made structure, isn't it? Stony Creek, it says. Stony Creek, Victoria. That's right, we're in Victoria, aren't we? Alright guys, and this is a toilet block I'm going to go up and show you, just to show you how cool these toilets are. There's probably, from my count, between Leongatha, where the rail trail starts, to Foster, I think there's about 4 or 5 of these toilets along the way. And over at the end of this little track here is the little rural town of Stony Creek. And that's what that is. Here's the toilet. Zoom out. We can. There we go. Little toilet, water tank, and I'll take you in for a bit of a look. It's a little drop toilet. Looks like there's some what they usually use sawdust or something, so you do your business, the toilet paper, and then you whack some sawdust in there. Usually you close the lid so the smell and the flies don't get in there. And then around the back they have a flue with a whirlybird thing on there to help make the sewage treat a bit faster and dry out. Now this is just one of the toilets. There's 4 or 5 of them along the way, and for people ever thinking, oh geez, it's a long distance between townships, I may need to go to the toilet and I don't like going on the side of the track. There you go guys, little toilets along the way for your peace of mind. Alrighty, I'm going to head back over to see Pete, and then we'll head off in a minute. See, there's quite a few of these little shaded spots along the way, which are very nice because Today has turned out to be a stonker of a day, hasn't it, Pete?
Sure is.
Beautiful day. We're going to hook up at stay at Meeniyan for the night. I was there the other night. It's $10 a night and a lovely little spot right close to the shops. So we'll touch base again when we get there. Ciao for now. Okay, here we are at a nice little spot which I think will just be lovely for a rest area, a picnic area, or even a stealth camping thing on the way to wherever you're going along this rail trail. It's quite a big area. There's a little shelter over there. I actually came past here yesterday. It was pissing down rain, and I actually didn't think that shelter was going to provide much in the way of shelter from the rain. But anyway, I didn't stop because I was already totally drenched and I just wanted to keep going and get to a shower at Fish Creek, which I did. Foster. Anyway, that's that, and let's keep going. G'day folks. I had a rest here at this spot, which is basically Buffalo, which is in between Fish Creek and Meeniyan, probably around about the halfway mark between the two, I'm guesstimating. It's a lovely little spot, and I've tagged it for future camping possibly, and I'll just bring that back, bring that up. There's a lovely little grassy area up there, nice, fairly flat, nice green grass, which is off the track and it's sort of secluded a bit. The track is just there behind that wooden fence, and then there's another grassy area over there which is very easy to see from the track, which is just there. And then over through there is a toilet and a... G'day!
How are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Didn't make it far.
Oh no, we're just enjoying the scenery.
Don't blame you for that.
Yeah. And there's a water tank there with a tap, so that's handy. And up there's some horses, obviously a farm of some sort. I've made myself a bit of a friend. Peter, his name is. He's gone to the toilet over there. And there's another guy coming up to say g'day. I'll turn that off, mate, sorry. I have a vlog. Okay, here we are at one of the bridges just out of Meeniyan, back on to the rail trail, headed towards Leongatha. Next stop will be Koonwarra, then Leongatha, and that will be the end of the rail trail. So it is Thursday morning. It's about 8:40 a.m. and we're going to go over this bridge and check it out. Here we go. Okay, here's one of the distance signs. 6 kilometres to Koonwarra, 14 to Gatha. That's alright, it's only about an hour's ride for me. Not bad at all. This is the Tarwin River. This is the bridge that goes over it. Quite a nice little bridge. I'll just stop here for a second and give you a squiz over here. You might be able to see through there. There's some cows down in through there. A little bit of a dam thing there. And then it's quite sunny this morning, so I'm not sure how this is going to translate into quality video. But we'll see. Oh, I should point out that this bridge here is the new one, and that one to the right is the old railway crossing, and I guess they've just built this next to it, left the old one there for historical purposes and built this for us. Here we go. It's quite a long one. The other day when I originally came through here, I was bloody going warp factor 10 and I didn't have enough time to slow down and get the video equipment out and take some video for it because I was going so fast. So I just knew on the way back I'd do it. And here we are. pardon me. Well, yeah. Go. Coming to the end. Boom. Done. Alright. It opens up. Farmland. And the track continue up yondereth. Alright guys, we'll leave it there and catch you soon. Another bridge here guys, so we'll cruise on over. That's the Tarwin River again, so obviously a fairly big river that breaks up, because the other bridge was a fair way back. Anyway, check it out. Come up a little bit, see if we can, whoop, hang on, not like that, but like that. Let you have a look over the drop. There we go. There's some canvasy things back there, protecting some equipment. Anyway, back down. There we go. Yes. Nice little bridge. No roof on this one like the last one. Quite long though, like the last one as well. If I have to be honest guys, and I will be, I like this trail because it's quite flat really compared to the roads from Nyora to Gatha to get onto this trail, which are very hilly and very taxing. Scenically though, this is not the nicest bike path trail. It's actually a little bit bland, but I'm not knocking it. I'm very grateful for it. One does need to be honest with oneself and not fall in love with the romance of it all and give a false account. There are some spots that are quite nice, like the lookout that I showed you the other morning. Here's another bridge coming up and another distance sign. 2 kilometres to Koonwarra and 10 to Gatha. And here's another bridge. Yes, so it's good because you can get quite a fair way down into Gippsland, at least the South Gippian area, and be safe, you know. There's no anxiety about getting run over by a log truck or a car or a tourist van or whatever. And for that, it gets an 8 out of 10 for me, but I would have given it a 9 or a 10 if the scenery was a bit better, but it's not. It just isn't, and that's just the way it is. But that's just my perspective. Other people will be different, but I can only give you my honest opinion, and that's what I've just done. So anyway, there's a nice little river thing down there. I don't know if you can see it, but through the thing, there it is. Yeah. Okay, we're at the end of this one. And we'll call it there. Till I'm going to take some footage of the little ferry doors, ferry village around Koonwarra, because I didn't do that the other day, so I want to do that today. That'll probably be the next thing. Okay guys, I'm just coming into Koonwarra now from Meeniyan direction, headed towards Gatha. And I noticed this the other day, some of the rocks that protrude out of this bike path here are quite sharp and whatever. I mean, probably not really bad, but anyway, I'll zoom in. Somebody creative has chalked them up with different colours and it looks pretty cool. There's quite a bit of that along this section. I don't know if you see that very well, but I'll try to zoom in a bit better, but that is gorgeous. And we are actually coming up to the ferry village, ferry doors, which probably lead to fabled fairy kingdom, village, something like that. But as you can see, right along this path here, somebody creative has just added a bit of bling to this area of the thing, which also highlights some of the protrusions. The rocks are a little bit sharp, and I just think it's lovely. Anyway, it doesn't stop. It goes up quite a bit, and I've left my brakes on. That's clever. No wonder I can't pedal properly. That's better. See, it's going right up along here, and I reckon it's just cool. Very arty and creative and useful, you know, because either side, that's all down the middle, these rocks that protrude out. If you didn't want to you know, walk on a sharp rock or ride your bike over a sharp rock, they're clearly visible. How lovely. Alright, zoom back out, and just up ahead there, past there, is the fairy doors, so we'll go check it out. Here we are at Fairy Door Village, or whatever, I don't know what to call it, but all along this path, well, for a percentage of the way, there are these little door things, little fairy doors I call them. So we're just going to cruise down a little bit, and I'm going to try and show you a few of them before we head off. They're on both sides of the track leading into Koonwarra, and a little bit on the other side as well once you go past the town. I'll try and show you one on the left side in a minute. I can find one. They're everywhere along here. Here's another one here on the right, up there under the tree, if you can see that. There it is. Bing, down there, under there. And then there are more. There's another one up there. Another one, where is it? There. Another one up there. They're like the red ones, but there's all sorts of coloured ones. There's blue, there's white. There might be some more further down. There's a blue one up there. They're quite cute. They really bring a certain something to this part of the track. A bit of mystical, a bit of fantasy. And, you know, I don't necessarily believe or disbelieve in fairies or anything for that matter, but it's certainly a lot healthier, imaginated fantasy thing of having a nice fable thing here about fairy doors than watching American Hollywood violent movies, etc. This is far more wholesome, I think. There's another little one down there, and there's another one up in the tree there. I don't know if you saw that, it happened pretty quick. Here's a cool little thing. Here is a little drain that brings the water down, and somebody has put some little metal skiers on there. I don't know if you can see that, but that looks pretty cool. I really like that. There's another guy up there getting ready to come down. Awesome. I don't know whether they're supposed to be little fairies coming down or what, but they look cool. I like them. So let's keep going. See what else we can see. I'll just do a couple more, guys, because I've got to get going. I've got a certain amount of kilometres I need to get done today, so I can be back on Friday to pick up my son. There's another little one there, and here's one up on the left, a yellow one, and I think that'll do us, guys.